So, hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Bit of a slightly different video for today. We're not going walking anywhere. I've actually bought some more hardware. Now, last week I went out, chucked it down with rain, caught me in the shower. What I didn't realise, I've been using the Osmo Pocket 3, which is an excellent vlogging camera. You're not really supposed to get them wet. Now, part of the video, what's going up next week, you'll see it's a bit steamed up, shall we say. I got some condensation on the inside of the lens. Didn't realise while I was filming it, but I've sort of left it in the video anyway with an explanation of what it's doing, and it was only like a 10-minute segment anyway before it dried out. But I thought, well, probably when I first started it might have been a better idea to buy an action camera, because I sort of tend to go for walks, whatever it is. I put a coat on and just go out for a walk. So what I've done, I've been out and I bought the DJi Action 4. Now, obviously, this isn't a professional setup video or anything like that. There's many videos on YouTube that will tell you how to put up the settings. I'm a bit of an auto guy. Just put it on auto and just go for a wander. But I'm just going to show you around the camera. So if you're thinking of starting a channel, or you're already starting a channel just using the phone and you're looking for your upgrade, it'll just show you what I use. Now, what I actually bought was the DJi, I always could say DJi for some reason, DJi Action 4 Adventure Kit. And what you get with that, you get the camera, you get the extending, what are you going to call it? Selfie stick type thing. It's not really a selfie stick as such, is it? But that's basically what it is. It comes with different connectors to connect it to different things. I'm just using this one. There's another one where you can stick it to a dashboard or helmet or something like that. It comes with 2 of these screws. It also comes with 3 batteries. Now, the batteries snap into the top of there, and that shows you when the batteries are full. One thing I must point out, which I didn't realise when I bought mine, there's no actual battery in this case. So whatever state you put those batteries in there, I was expecting it to recharge them as I was walking about, but you need to have a power bank connected into there, into the Type-C charging hole. Now, what I found with this, I went out filming with it yesterday. You get about 45 minutes. I was recording in 4K 24 frames per second, and you get 45 minutes on a battery. So you've got 135 minutes in total. What's that? Just over 2 hours, isn't it? Now, my style of filming is press the button and just keep walking. So I'll probably walk and walk and walk and walk, and briefly I'll press stop record, but that's the way I do it. I'm not just doing scenes. There's nothing set out. I'm going for a walk and I just film as I go. But it's a handy carrying kit, and if you put a charging block in your rucksack, plug it up with Type-C, by the time you've run all 3 batteries out, you would then have probably charged 2 of them back up. So that might be an idea. I have actually got a charging block about the same size as this, but for the sake of a few pennies, I'm not really sure why they didn't put a battery in there, to be honest. A bit of a disappointment for me, that. And I say, I really didn't know until I'd put a battery in there, gone back to get the next one out, and noticed it was still on orange. So I had to Google to find that out. I mean, it's obviously in there somewhere. So that's what you get. I bought another DJi Mark II. And because it was 20 quid cheaper, I got this one, which just happens to be in polar white. So if I'm ever wearing a white suit, doctor's suit or anything like that, or in the Antarctic, it won't show up. But I'm not really bothered about that anyway. It's a walking channel, not about fashions. One thing you will notice if you ever do buy one of these DJi Mark IIs, you do tend to keep doing that. My other one's actually got a hairstyle on it. Which, it's one of these things I keep doing. It's that polar white. You can see the camera's struggling to focus on it. But these are absolutely brilliant. It connects up to the unit just by using Bluetooth. You can set up the microphone inside using, you can set the gain up on the microphone if it's quiet for a start. And depending on how loud your voice is obviously how you need it to be set. So I really do like these. They're brilliant. I've got the black one that I use with the Osmo Pocket 3. And I've got this one. You can even record sound on this one, when it's not connected to anything, it just records it into the microphone. Now, if you do get one of these, there was a firmware update a while back. It's really struggling with that, isn't it? It's a bit too bright for it. There was a firmware update a while back, and if yours hasn't been done, you actually connect that into a computer, and it comes up and tells you there's a firmware update, and you can update that. Because the original ones, if you've got a fairly older one, it didn't turn itself off. With this one, the ones now, 10 minutes after you've disconnected it from the camera or powered the camera down, it'll switch it off itself. But what you do have to watch out for when you first do that firmware update or software update, I'm not really sure which one it is you've got to remember, if you've been not filming for 10 minutes, is to switch it back on. It's real simple, just turn it back on there. When you want to connect it up to your device, you press the red button and the connect button, and then that will flash really quickly blue. And then you'll soon be on to your, it soon connects up to the camera straight away. And if you want to turn it off, just another simple press, and you can feel that it's turned on and off. So if it's stuck on your jacket or on the front of your shirt, when you're pressing that button, you can actually feel that it's going on and off because there's a vibration that comes through the microphone. Anyway, that's enough about that. Cracking piece of kit, that, because that's always been a problem, is getting your audio into, like with your phone or anything like that. The good thing about that, you've got no wires dangling about or anything. So it also comes, what I forgot to tell you about, it also comes with this sturdy case. So you just pop it out there. When you first get it, it's a bit difficult to get that out there. I don't know whether I've got used to doing it or it's actually loosened the case off a little bit. So when you take a look at this, you need a memory card for these because they haven't got their own memory. There's your Type-C. The only thing I was thinking was I've got some different sorts of microphones that you would plug in there, but need a transmitter plugging in, and my particular one wouldn't fit in there because it goes along lengthways, so I wouldn't be able to use my Holy Lander mics on there, because that's what I thought about for a start. I thought I might just use the Holy Land ones on there, but you can't because it doesn't work. Now, obviously, obviously it's not, because I haven't told you about it before, but this device is waterproof. I think it's to about 9 meters. But what you must make sure is that you don't see any red when you've covered these up and you click them in, because this is a waterproof case. And you go to the other end, slide that up again. As you see the red line, if you can see the red line, it's not waterproof. You click your memory card in there, and then your battery drops in there. I wondered what these little things were for a start, but these are to get the batteries back out. So you can see in there by looking down there, obviously that bit there. So it goes in that way. Just push it down, make sure it's home. Again, put that there, slide it up. You can't see any red. So now you're waterproof. It'd have been handy the other week when I was in Spain. I'd have been able to record the fish. So turn it on, just a simple press. And there she is. So I've turned this on. I use this on my Osmo Pocket 3. You can turn the graph on there. It knows when you're centerized. Let me just turn my exposure down on this camera a little bit. See if I can get rid of that glare. So I've got it set in 4K 50. But you can also put on rock steady. So rock steady is the level of like the gimbal, the vibration. So when you're walking, you're not getting any shake. I'm trying to think of the proper word. But it's also got rock steady plus, but apparently if you put that on, it does trim the picture down a little bit. So you've got the settings up there. 1080p, 2.7K, 16:9. That's obviously the full 2.7K, 4.3 resolution. 4K, 16:9, and 4K in 4.3. Then you can change all your frame rates at the bottom: 24, 25, 30, 48, 50 and 60. Now, one thing I didn't realise, if you've got it in 4K 60 in the 16:9, and I tend to do a lot of shots towards myself, talking into the camera. Obviously, this is your viewfinder to say that you're in the way. If you're in 4K 60, it will only allow you to use one screen. So you can't actually see yourself. That's the good thing about the Osmo Pocket 3. You can see yourself to make sure that you're in shot and you're not, doing your chin or your eyebrows or anything like that. There is actually microphones in this camera, so technically you wouldn't have to use an extended microphone, but I'm all about the audio, and I want it to sound clear, because if you're walking down a windy beach or something like that, chances are the camera would be able to hear the wind better than it does you. So if you press on there, look, that tells you what the battery strength is. If you go on here, there's all sorts of settings. As you can see, I've got mine set to just basically what's in the box, apart from the field of view. Now, I did hear somebody say if you have the field of view wide, that it actually looks a little bit squashed. So I just went for that bit of advice, where I went for the standard. And I've only done one video with it so far, but you wouldn't really notice the difference between this and the Pocket 3. I've actually tried using it indoors though, and it does seem a little bit darker. With the Pocket 3, you can sort of pick up, the sensor picks up the lights a lot better inside. But what I actually used it on yesterday was 4K 16:9, and there was a suggestion of film rate at 24 bits per second. So I've actually done a video in that just to try that, and it comes up good. But that's sort of look at the basics. You can actually do slow motion shots and all that sort of thing, but I'm going to get into that sort of thing at a later date, because I'm a noob. I'm still a noob at this type of thing. I'm more worried about what I'm filming rather than the way I'm filming it. So all you have to do is change so it's a stills camera as well. Click on that, and that'll make you into just a normal stills camera. The photographs that come off it are absolutely beautiful. If you want to go video, click onto video. Click that again, slow motion, and then time lapse is on at the end. So there are many, many settings. When I do it right, you have to click there. That's right. On the Pro settings, I've got auto white balance, color as normal, and all the other stuff. I actually did set it differently yesterday, then found out there was a firmware update. So when I did that, I cancelled it all out. So I remembered just to change that picture setting back to this setting here. Press on that. I remembered to change. What did I change? Field of view. Now it's gone back to wide, isn't it? Standard, D-warp. That's what I went on. Now, if you want some more settings, they're up here. So your wireless mic. This is the one you need. That when you turn this on. Give it a second and it'll connect up. There we go. It's connected up. And it's listening to me. 1, 2, 3. So I've got it set so the audio volume is just peeking into the red. But you can set that up by there, look. No, you don't. Where are we? That's that 32-bit recording. That's if you've lost some audio, it'll pick it up for you. Can't remember how you do. There we go. I can't remember how you turn the volume on, to be honest. Anyway, it's in there, but I can't remember how you do it. But as I say, this isn't a technical one. This is more for my subscribers to show them just what I use and what I bought to forward on with the channel. Now the good thing is with this, it's magnetic as well. It's got these little jaws on there to make sure it stays on. I do find it awkward. I've got big fingers. So you put it up underneath, it magnetically sticks to it. And then these little jaws click into the bottom of the camera. So you can use it in vertical mode as well. Oh, the vertical mode is on the case, the actual things on the case. So if you want to use it in vertical mode, when it's in the case, you just click that on there. Now these have got magnets in there, and when you're trying to put it on the wrong way up, you can feel it pushing you away. So you turn it upside down and it clicks on. And then you click it again, and it all fastens together nice and safe. Obviously you can alter your thing at the top just by slackening that off. Obviously you can buy the attachments, and these will fit on a bike, on a helmet. This so we say action stick, selfie stick, it'll go to about 6 foot long. So I found it really easy if you're trying to film over, you're just having a quick look over a wall or something like that when you're going down a track. You just extend the camera and pop it over the top. And also when you're trying to film butterflies and things like that, you can get the camera somewhere near them without being obtrusive, and hopefully they won't fly away. I went down the riverbank yesterday, got some lovely shots of butterflies and all kinds of things. And if you were next to a clear stream, you can put it just above the water or even in the water while you're stood on the bank, and you're able to you'd be able to film the fish. So that's how you just get it off. It's actually easier. So my trouble is I've got big long fat fingers. It just comes off like that. But if you're just using, it just fastens onto the bottom of the camera. Just in those things there. And I say again, if you're trying to put it in the wrong way around, you can feel it pushing you away from the magnets as you're doing it. It's really, really easy. Really strong magnets as well, and they soon click on. Now, while I've been just showing you that, I've actually found a feature I didn't realise it had. On the Osmo Pocket 3, I've always used the playback function, but I didn't realise with that little, if you can see it, focusing on a camera, that little emblem there in the middle, it's like a little play button, and that's where you can play your own videos back. I didn't realise you could do it on this, and I was missing it because you can on the Osmo Pocket 3. But with that one, you simply just swipe from the left when you're on camera. This one, you press a button, and there is the videos there. And you can also select all the files and delete them off the SD card. That says delete. There we go. I didn't realise you could do that. So now the SD card is empty again. So there we are. That showed you around what I've bought. So it's not really a technical thing if you're sort of brand new to this. I'll put a link into it on Amazon, and I can't remember how much the kit was, 340. I picked this up. I got it a little bit cheaper because it was white. That's why I went for white. It was 20 quid cheaper. I think this was 59. And the Mic 2s, the black ones, were 79, I think. So that's why I went for that one. I wasn't really bothered. I did want one a different colour because I didn't pick the wrong one up and have to keep. The reason I bought another microphone is when you're constantly reconnecting microphones all the time, it would be a bit of a pain, I would have thought. So that's why I went for another microphone as well. But so what you've got to remember is to get a decent SD card that's going to run 4K. So if you just Google it, it'll tell you which one you need. I think mine, I got the 256 gigabyte, which is enough to do in 4K 24, is enough to record 5 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, if you're recording in 60 frames per second, it takes it down to 4 hours and 44 minutes. But my average videos are 20 minutes to 40 minutes long. So that's enough for me anyway. I know I got the massive one. I got the 512 in the other one. And I've never managed to fill it up. So these, I'm not going to do pros and cons because it's my personal property. I'm not doing it for a review. One thing I've noticed against the Osmo Pocket 3 is it uses more batteries. You have to change the battery after 45 minutes. With the Osmo Pocket 3, I have that. Then I have that clicks in the bottom of it. And I've never managed to run it out yet, and I've wandered around for hours. I mean, these are a really impressive piece of kit. I'm not no dissing this whatsoever, but I don't need any excuse not to go out for a walk. So I wouldn't want to take that out in the rain again. So I would probably think, oh well, I've no need to go today because it's chucking it down in rain. So now I've got to get on and carry on with what I'm doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope it hasn't dragged on too long. If you are into walking channels, perhaps you could click on and give us a sub. And if you've enjoyed this video, but I don't come here for tech specs because you won't find them. I'm not qualified for that. There's many good channels. If you Google it, we'll tell you how to set your Action 4 up from DJi. Thanks for watching. Catch you all soon. Bye-bye.